Nice to see you guys. I'm so always happy to be here. Today, we are doing an element of the business model canvas, as Kitty has already introduced me and introduced how we are running this. So basically, throughout this year, we are going to each element of what is called a business model canvas. BMC, you can Google it. If you don't know what it is, it's got various elements. Why? This is the canvas, like a canvas where people paint. You are able to write the story of your business in various little chapters, okay? And today's chapter is customer segmentation. Now, all of these elements in the business model canvas, we are attacking them one masterclass at a time. And today, we are focusing on why it's important for you to segment your customers. I've seen a couple of businesses in the room. I'm hoping I'm going to meet some of you guys as well as we get through the examples, all right? So what I'd like to do, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very, very quickly, in 30 seconds, I need volunteers from each of the rows to just tell me what business they're in. So I just need your first name and the kind of business you run. Is that fair? Do you have a microphone? Can I get a microphone? Can I get somebody with a microphone? Thank you. Over here, any volunteers? Let's take ladies. I like ladies. Katela Magdot. Hello, ma'am. What's your name?
My name is Delina.
Delina. Delina. Hello, Delina. What's your business, my sister?
My business is a business and a fashion brand. I do manufacturing and textile. And also, I have a fashion brand.
Okay, what is the business? How do you make money? You make clothes and you sell them?
Yes.
All right, but you design them as well?
Yes.
All right, and you make them yourself?
Yes.
Do you have employees?
Yes.
How many do you have?
Currently 2.
And what do they do? Are they the machinists?
They are in the marketing.
They're doing marketing. And the making of the dress, you.
Yes.
The design of the dress, you.
Yes.
The fitting of the dress, you. I'm just checking.
Fitting how?
As in when the client comes and you do the fitting,
Yes.
you do that. All right, great. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's a round of applause for Delina. Delina is a fashion designer and manufacturer. There's a lady right in front. She's like poking me in the eye. Hello, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Very good.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Katamo Kambani, the founder of K&K Tires, known as Dunlop K&K Tires. I've got 2 branches along the Asmit 1 Road.
This is a tire fitment center.
Yes.
Where you buy the tires, you fit the tires.
Yes.
You have 2 outlets.
Yes.
Oh, lovely. Round of applause for that. 2 outlets.
As we've got like a mini hub where we've got other in-house, like your saloon, your...
What are those brands? Tire brands?
Yeah, no, in one of the shops. So
Yeah.
we made it into a mini business hub, like a complex.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so just to factor in other stores.
Oh, there's other businesses in there. So you own the property.
Yes, I
So
do.
you're a bit of a property mogul too, are you?
Yeah, I'd like to say one day I'll be a entrepreneur, but yeah, that's what I do.
Well done. Got that all right? Lovely to meet you. All right, the ladies are killing it. Sorry, gents. Askis. Hello. No, you're not sure though. Your hand is like up, down, don't show. Right here. Come. Hello, ma'am.
Hello everyone, my name is Masoko Sachefusola, known in my village, Matala all-rounder.
Known in your village as?
Matala all.
You have to explain that to me. I'm from KwaZulu-Natal. I have no idea what you just said. You are the all-rounder. From henceforth, I'm calling you all-rounder now. Okay, all-rounder. May all-rounder.
The co-founder of Masoko Construction System.
Yeah.
After COVID,
Yeah.
and I diverted to make Masoko soap.
You're making soap.
Soap.
Oh, soup.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
soup
want
to drink.
Make a soap to drink.
You still want to make it.
I'm still there.
You are wanting.
No, I'm going there.
Oh, you're still going.
Yeah, I'm still
Okay.
Not yet.
Yeah. Oh, where are you now? Let's start where you are.
Now I'm in construction now.
Oh, you are in construction
In
now.
construction.
Okay, how's construction going?
It's sharp, tough.
Right. Who do you build for? Private people?
NGOs, private sectors.
All right. A round of applause for me, all rounder. Thank you, man. All right, yes, please pass the microphone. My darling. Was. Take the mic, don't be shy. Come around this way. Right, lady. I'm doing this very quickly. Yes, there had to be one brave one, eh? Hello, madam.
Hello everyone, my name is Mutikwa Bola.
Hello, Mutikwa.
I manage a business called Novenas Concepts. We provide publishing services.
Publishing, as in book publishing. Oh, how do you make money? Yes, a round of applause for book publishing. How do you guys make money? You get like a really good author?
Currently, we just reliant on the public sector.
Right.
And the public sector is also reliant on government.
Okay. So you provide them with books? Okay.
Design the books.
You design the books?
Yes.
Oh, like what kind of books do you design?
Educational books, textbooks.
Yeah? You design textbooks?
Yes.
What are you, a genius or something? Wow, okay, like stories as well? Or, oh, cool. So you've made your own books and then you supply them to schools. And that's how you make money. Your name again? Lovely meeting you, Mutikwa. Round of applause for Mutikwa. I can see the guys are so jealous, ladies. Oh, the looks I'm getting here from the men. One more. Come on. Yes, ma'am. I was my leg. Yes, ma'am.
Good day. My name is Mano Deka. Mano.
Malo Deka.
Mano is the name.
Yes.
Deka is the surname.
It sounded like one word. But I'm with you, Malo.
Yes, so I'm a co-founder of Hot Dr. Manu. How we make
Then
money? Hot Dr. Manu is that I make hot dogs.
Oh,
Like, really nice
cool.
Yes.
Oh, where do you sell them?
I sell them at home, at my home.
Okay.
And I run at community taverns, like at night. People love quick food.
Mese beshayile. Bafuna hot dog
Hot sauce.
with a hot sauce. So just balance the things. So do you own you do the hot dogs and you do the taverns?
Yes.
so-
Sometimes I do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Your own?
Most of the time. No. People's taverns.
Oh, you go and sell
I go
there.
and sell. I have like stalls.
Oh, outside the tavern.
Yes.
What time do you start tavern? What time do you get there?
I get them mostly at 6 to 2 o'clock in the
6 in the afternoon to 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
I'm sure you sell more between midnight and 2.
Yes, I sell.
Round of applause for Malo. Thank you, ladies. Thank you very much for your examples. They help me, and hopefully they'll help you as you go through the day. All right. So we're going to do a few things today. In fact, let me go straight to the agenda. We're going to talk about why segments matter, right? In fact, we're going to talk about what they are, because not everybody, I'm not assuming everybody in the room knows what I'm talking about when I'm talking about customer segments. Why we're even having this conversation. It can sound a little bit academic, but trust me, it's quite practical. I'm going to use the example of the very place we were in yesterday. I was inspired by my team. So my team drove up a few days ago from Johannesburg for this event. And I said, where is the event happening? They said it's happening at Fusion Hotel. The accountant and me, I started panicking. I was sweating because I know how much the room rate is in Fusion Hotel. Right? So I'm thinking, hey man, these people obviously they're having a good time. So then they told me, no, boss, we're not staying at the Fusion. That's just where the event is. Oh, okay, where are you staying? No, we're staying next door to the Fusion. What's next door to the Fusion? It's a hotel called Psychographic, which is owned, ironically, by Fusion. So we're going to use them as an example on customer segmentation because my team inspired me this week, just to help you appreciate why you need to do the same for your business. We're going to talk about their criteria. We're going to talk about the different types. We've got 4 exercises we're going to be doing together. The first one is about you picking your own customer segments. I've only asked you to do 2. I wanted to really do 3, but we're going to run out of time. So in your own business, at some point today, I'm going to say, please jot down, when you think of your business, what would you say are 2 different types of customers, right? And then we're going to go through what a job to be done is. It is JTBD. You're going to remember this today. JTBD, job to be done. Then you're going to do an exercise of what is the job you need to be doing for each of your 2 segments. Then we're going to talk about pains and gains and fit, right? We're going to do the same exercise, pain, gains, and fit. We're going to do that for your business. And then most excitingly, we're going to be doing some prioritization, which is the more important segment and which is not. And then we're going to do what I call the customer lifetime value, CLV. That's the thing that's going to help you pick what should be your primary segment. Is that good? All right, let's get into it. So the reason why this conversation matters in terms of how are you able to segment your various clients is because customers are the absolute foundation of your business. If you think about a construction site, it's a all-rounder. No building stands without a very good foundation. Because what happens on the ground, sometimes the ground moves. In fact, all the time, I'm sure you guys know this, all the time, the ground is moving. The reason your house hasn't fallen down is because the foundation that was there had to pass very specific tests so that it could also move as the ground moves. Now, the same thing happens to your business. Exactly the same. The ground is always shifting. Look at COVID, the ground shifted. Look at the high cost of living, the ground is shifting. Look at what's happening between Trump and Israel and Vladimir Putin, and the ground is shifting. So things are always moving around. So what you need is a really good foundation for your business. And customers are that. If you've got good customers that you absolutely understand and you satisfy their needs, it will make sure that your structure, your business, will stay intact, notwithstanding how the ground may shift. The second reason why this is important is that the mistake we make as entrepreneurs is that we think every single person is our customer. Let me just go and set my timer before I get kicked out by Kitumit. Because I know her when she kicks people out. Right. Many of us think everybody is our customer. The lady who runs her fashion brand. If I asked her, who are your customers? Ma'am, who are your customers? Your customers, just generally. You can shout, it's okay.
It will be affluent young adults. It will be trend-conscious professionals and creatives who are not into fast fashion.
Where's my mic? Is there a performance appraisal when we get back to Joburg? We might have to do a performance appraisal on the microphones. Give me quickly.
Yes, it would be
One?
young adults.
Yes. Young what?
Young adults?
Basically any young adult.
Yes.
Any young adult.
No, who are in urban centers.
Urban center young adults. So they're geographically in urban centers.
Yes.
Okay, they're young adults.
Yes.
So if they're from the rural area, you don't want them. Kaboot.
No.
Okay, good. Next.
Okay, they have to be trend conscious.
Trend conscious. So if I'm a boring accountant, I know nothing about fashion, don't come to you.
Well, you will come to me.
Next. So urban young adults, trend setting, trend conscious rather.
And it will be also streetwear and luxury collectors.
Streetwear collectors.
Yes.
Streetwear and luxury collectors.
Yes.
All right, so thank you. Your name again, Master? Delina. Of course your name is Delina. Delina has killed point number 2 because she doesn't have to hear that point. She already knows not everyone is a customer. What she knows as well is that if somebody comes through the door, she will have to attend to them. So if somebody calls who doesn't fit that, she may have to attend to them. But when she wakes up every day and goes hunting for clients, she's looking for these 3 people. She's not looking for someone who may come. Do you understand the difference? So the reason we are segmenting is so that our own intentional actions, our movements, what we do every day is driven by a very clear customer segment. All right. And of course, these different segments have got different needs. And later on, when we talk about channels, you also find them in different places. So if somebody is a collector, right? If somebody is a collector of classic wear, you call them what? What are the collectors? The third one? Streetwear.
Yeah, streetwear
And
luxury.
luxury collector. So if I'm a collector, I'm not a normal urban adult. I'm a collector. I like certain classic wear. I like 60s style, or I like whatever. But I'm a collector, or I like cowboy dress code. I don't know. I'm a collector. That guy, you're not finding him in every single channel. You're finding him maybe in a collectors group on Facebook. So choosing that customer segment will affect the channels you go to. Do you understand? If you say it's everyone, then that's why you are posting everywhere. How many of you just post? I post. No. Wasted dollars. You're posting every post on every platform. You're wasting money. If you are looking for a collector of streetwear and classic wear. So it's going to affect your channels, your styles, your pricing, etc. Right. So Fusion Hotel, for those who do not know, it's a high-end hotel in Polokwane, well known for its luxurious or luxury positioning. It's not trying to be everything to everyone. It's unapologetically premium. The guests who stay there are usually business executives, politicians, high net worth travelers, or couples celebrating something special. They come for exclusivity, the elegance of the rooms, fine dining, and a personalized concierge style service. Now, right next door, as I found out, the same group owns the Psychad Hotel. Psychad caters to a very different market. It's more affordable with simpler rooms and attracts corporate groups looking for volume bookings, traveling sales teams, sports teams, and price-sensitive leisure travelers. Here's the interesting part. Even though there are two distinct hotels, they actually share the same underlying infrastructure. The group runs one set of restaurants, conferencing facilities, event spaces, and banqueting services that serve both Fusion and Psychad guests. So whether you're staying at the premium Fusion or the more affordable Psychad, you still access the same pool of shared facilities, but your experience and price point are very different. So in one location, you see two clear customer segment strategies at play. Fusion serves those who value a premium experience and are willing to pay for it. Psychad serves those who value functionality and price. And across both, there are other segments too. Business travelers, booking boardrooms, families coming for celebrations, corporates hosting year-end functions, and locals dining at the restaurant. Is there an appreciation from you guys on how this group has decided to segment their clients and therefore serve their clients? Would you say Fusion and Psychad serve everybody? No, because Psychad is very focused on who they're trying to attract. The one interesting point there was sports teams. All right, when Polokwane do we still have a PSL team, by the way? We do. What's it called now? Oh, nah. What happened to Polokwane City? But not PSL. Oh, this is PSL. Okay. So a Psychad would then want to attract the teams that are playing these two clubs locally. Do you think Fusion is going to try and do that? Because no club is going to pay Fusion rates for their damn players and managers and coaches and whatever and water boy staying here at the Fusion in the fancy room. It makes no sense, right? So that's how they've approached it. So this is an example you're going to be using across the day. I'll skip that part. Right, so we've already discussed this. So what are the criteria? How do we then segment? Delina has already touched on some of these, but we're going to be using the example of the hotel as well. So there are 4 key criteria when you are trying to think about how to segment your clients, okay? Now I am tempted to ask you for 3 because Delina did it so quickly. The first is demographic. What is demographic? Demographic is simply 2 main things, really. It's age and income. The role is more related to age and income. So the demographic is, how old is this person? Sometimes even the gender gets contributed into demographic. So Delina might say, I'm only doing women's wear. That means she's not interested in a man who phones her and says he would like a 3-piece suit for a funeral on Sunday. It's not going to happen. She is not in that business, right? So the first is demographic. How old are the people I'm looking for? What kind of income do they earn? Maybe what kind of gender, okay? Then there's geographic. She's already said urban. Did you hear that? Urban, right? She wants people that are living in the cities or the big towns. So locality is important. Travel distance is important. Are they flying in? Are they driving in? That will work more for a hotel. So a Fusion, I can tell you for free. In fact, maybe let me test your knowledge. Do you think Fusion and Psychad, to some extent, is targeting people geographically that live in Polokwane? No? Okay, who said no? Why did you say no, sir? Just shout. My microphone. What's a microphone? Follow me, nah? I don't have to call you. As soon as I point someone, I need you there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Why do you say no?
The reason I say no is because what they're doing is that they want to also attract international clients who come to Polokwane whenever there is events in Polokwane.
Right. So they want people from outside Polokwane. Did anybody say yes here? Who said yes? Ma'am, why did you say yes? Why do you think they are looking for people? Ladies, I need you much faster, please. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. They do look for guests around here because...
I didn't say that to look. I said...
They target.
Remember, we are here to discuss primary customer segment. Primary, number one. Numero uno.
Got it. So, Polokwane is the capital city of Limpopo.
Yeah.
And Limpopo, as you demonstrated when you started with Fusion Boutique,
Yeah.
we do have competitions.
Yes.
Which are in.
Yes. But they live here.
They live here.
So why would they come to the fusion?
When they host their business, political conferences,
Right.
so they need such a place.
Oh, wonderful. Round of applause for this wonderful lady. So they understand that they're not only for accommodation. So my brother is correct when it comes to accommodation, selling rooms. But that's not the only thing hotels do. In fact, you believe it or not, they make more money from all the other stuff. Now, the other stuff is not done by people from Joburg. No one is coming to dinner here every night from Joburg. Nobody's hosting his friends for a ladies' drink session on the patio on a summer's day from Joburg. It's people here in Polokwane and in Limpopo. So from a geographic perspective, they need to think about that. Psychographic. Psychographic basically means what lifestyle, what values do you want your customer to be, right? So it talks really to status. So here at Fusion versus PsyCAD, already, status is different. Fusion gives you a little bit of more status, does it not? It's fancy. Look at the art, look at the lights, look at chandeliers, look at the pieces of art and the mirrors. You go downstairs, it's fancy. I've stayed at PsyCAD many times. PsyCAD is a very comfortable bed, but that's it. Okay, if you want more, go next door and pay double. But if you just want a really comfortable bed and a clean room, PsyCAD is for you. So that is a choice that they have to make for Fusion versus PsyCAD. And they are fine with that. PsyCAD is not trying to be a Fusion. If you want Fusion, it's not for you. Oh no, I'm looking for this in-room dining 24/7, 24 hours. I want to just ring a bell at 3 a.m. Go to Fusion, man. Lana ipai vala with 10. After there's a common to Puzai. And then lastly, behavioral, which sometimes links with psychographic, but mostly behavioral. Now, in a hotel example, booking patterns are a very important thing. How very wealthy people book and how we cheapskates book is very different. Wealthy people say, hey, PA, get me the best hotel in Polokwane for the night. Me and the missus are celebrating something. A cheapskate like me goes to booking.com. It goes to, what's the other one with the rooms? Airbnb. Goes to Google. Chief, I found my friends who own guest houses. That's me. So it also matters. So these are the things you can think about. Demographic, age, and I'm adding gender and income. Geographic, where are they? And keep in mind, you have different segments, right? We're now going to do 3. You've convinced me, not 2. Okay? Psychographic, what kind of people are they? She was talking about collectors. That's a psychographic feature. And behavioral, how will their behavior affect how you then stratify them? Ma'am, with your tire, I can't wait to hear the answers you're going to give us on what your customer segments are. I can't imagine the various people that would come and visit the Dunlop Tire Fitment Center and the different things they're looking for. Okay, 5 minutes. We are now changing that to 3 again. We've agreed. All right, I like this agreement. It sounds like how the ANC used to work. When Thabo Mbeki was president of the ANC, he would say, we've just agreed on 3. Is 3 good with everyone? Thank you very much. And he'll move on. And everyone will have to agree. So, I would like you to write 3 customer segments. Name for me 3 customer segments in your business. All-rounder, I'm talking about the construction. I'm not talking about the soup. Where you are now, May All-Rounder, as a construction company that's serving the community, who would you say are 3 different customer segments that you serve? Make sense? Publishing lady. Waar is jy? There you are. My lady who publishes books to schools. I want you to think about 3 customer segments that your business serves. They must be distinct, they must be different. Sisoma hot dog. 3 customer segments. I think you gave us one in your example. I already know which one is one of them. It's the ones that eat at 2 a.m. Okay? And then, once you've named your 3 customer segments, I want you to write next to each one. This is on a blank paper. Please use your workbook. Sorry, I should have told you that. Use your workbook because you're going to take this home. This piece of paper is going to be very important for your future. If you want to use something else, it's fine. You can use something else, but keep it safe. Then next to the 3 segments, I want you to write, why does each of these segments buy your product or your service? Why do they come to you? And we're going to get 3 people to tell us their results. So your 3 segments, your top 3 segments, and why each one is buying from you. If you don't understand what a segment is, it's a type of customer, right? So you are selling fat cooks. Who are you selling to? Why are they buying your fat cooks? Because each of them may have a very different need. If you own a Dunlop tire fitment center, I could be coming as a normal customer, father of 2 family men. My wife's wheel alignment is off. I'm here for wheel balancing and alignment. I could be a fleet of cars, company with a fleet of cars. I could be many things. I could be a mining company. I could be many things. Which are your top 3? Please write them down and tell me why they buy from you. You have a minute left, by the way, in case you're still thinking. "45 seconds. "30 seconds. My seconds move quickly. 15 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can I get a volunteer from this side? I've got one from the middle. Well, I've already given you airtime. Wait. Okay, I'll take you, my lady. I'll come back to that lady. I'll take you, my lady. Chance, I didn't mean you can't pick up your hands. No, I've created enemies. I won't leave Bulukwane in one piece. My lady here in the whites, my lady in the hat. Gents, anybody looking? 1 gent. Okay, we've got 3. Microphone, please. What's your name, ma'am? Right there.
Good afternoon.
Can you put on the microphone, please, guys?
Good afternoon, colleagues. My name is Zelda Dikhali.
Zelda.
Dikhali.
Yes, Zelda. People in Limpopo speak in one sentence, no? Malo Diga. Zelda Diga. I get it. What business do you run?
I'm from Mogadadi Foundation. We do offer training in coding and robotics.
You train people in coding and robotics.
Yes.
Lovely. Hit me. Top 3 customer segments, Zelda. 1. Educators. This is what I would call teachers.
Yes.
Right. Number 2.
And
Learners. This is what I would call students.
yes.
Number 3.
Unemployed youth.
Unemployed youth. Beautiful. So educators come to Zelda for robotics and coding training. Learners come to Zelda. Unemployed youth come to Zelda. Zelda, why do each of these three come to you? Why do educators come to you? What's the job? What's the problem they're trying to solve? What are they looking for? Why are they there?
To enhance their teaching, for educators to enhance their teaching skills and knowledge.
Okay, do they make this decision themselves or does the department pay them to attend?
No, currently we are offering the training for free. We are an NGO.
Oh, you're doing this for free?
Yes.
Okay, but they come for that?
Yes.
And learners, why are the learners coming?
To stay up to date with the latest technology and trends in
Right.
education.
So, born are there about the trends.
Yes.
And then why do the unemployed youth come?
To improve their ability to deliver high quality in their.
But why are they there? So what? I'm sitting at home and why am I coming to attend? What am I hoping for after I attend as an unemployed young person?
To upskill their knowledge.
So that I can?
Get employed.
There we go. That's the job he's really wanting to be done. You get it? So there's an outcome. Each one of these people have an outcome. All right, great. The brother. Are you with us? You look like we lost you for a bit. Okay, sharp. Okay, give him the phone. Give him. Brother, your name and your business.
Tabo Malabane, Mamuraka Transport Services.
What do you guys do? What are you transporting?
We transport my top. Can I just go into the question?
No, just tell me the business a little bit.
Okay.
No, just
I specialize in transporting people anywhere around South Africa.
You specialize in transporting human beings anywhere around South Africa.
Yes.
These are alive human beings or dead human beings? That's a fair question, right?
Anyone that wants to travel around South Africa.
He may want to travel, but maybe it's not his choice. I'm kidding. All right. 3 customer segments. Number 1.
My number 1 and first priority is scholar transport.
Scholars.
Yes.
These are learners, I've learned.
These are learners that go to school on a daily basis.
Right.
Yeah.
Number 2.
And number 2 is corporate and staff transport.
Right. These are workers.
These are workers that want to go to work. These are companies that want to go to workshops, year-end functions.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. 3rd.
And then my 3rd client is group trips and chartered services for people that want transport for their families, for travel agencies that outsource transport because most travel agencies don't have vehicles, so they outsource transport.
So these are travelers? I'm confused with the 3rd.
Travel agencies.
No, I'm saying the ultimate user of the transport. Is it a traveler? Is because it comes from a travel agency?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you, Tebo. And then there was one lady here with the hat. Let's go, ladies, please. A little bit quicker for me. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Katleho Machava.
Katleho Machava. I like how you split that for me. Katleho Machava.
And I started my own wellness brand.
Wellness.
Aurora Aromatherapy.
Right.
We create your self-care product like your bath bombs, your home fragrances.
You make them.
I make them myself.
Like you mix them.
Handcrafted by me.
Like you mix them yourself.
Yeah.
Like what are you, like a chemical engineer or something? What are you?
I'm self-taught.
Self-taught. Okay, and what kind of products comes out of the making process?
We have bath salts.
Bath salt, bath bombs.
Diffusers,
Okay.
spray.
And where, okay, cool. Okay. 3 customer segments.
The first customer segment I wrote house and home aromatherapy.
Ah, is that a customer?
Yes.
Kimang that man.
I guarantee you that own homes that want to make their houses smell nice.
So,
Right?
homeowner.
Yes.
I want the person who pays you, Mina.
House and homes. That's why I said house and home.
But the house and the home doesn't pay you. Or are we together?
Yeah.
But I understand. You mean the homeowner.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm a homeowner and I want beautiful bath soaps and salts and beautiful things in my home. All right.
And stuff like that.
Right.
People, they call it lifestyle. It's basically the aromatherapy.
Sorry, say that again?
Aromatherapy products like your diffusers to help decor as well as a lifestyle choice.
Are we still at customer? You're losing me.
Yeah,
I understood the first one.
What service they want?
Oh, you are answering what the homeowner is looking for. Yeah. All right, I got that. He wants his home to look nice, smell good. He wants to bath nicely, as Ubaba like all those things. Yeah. Got it. Segment one. Yes.
Houses, hotels.
Right.
So they would want to
Fusion, psych ed.
Yes, they want to improve their customer satisfaction by maybe adding bath salts.
Right.
Or make the customer.
Great. And then third one?
And the other one is bath and body for everyone, like adults, kids. So our bath salts are organic.
So what's the difference between number 3 and number 1?
Number 1 and number 3.
Yeah.
The other one is just for fragrances and decor items, and the other one is for bathing.
Okay, now that's a good observation. Yes. Remember, we're talking about customer segments for your whole business. Yes. You are now splitting customer segments on the basis of different products. Yes. Yeah. Is that wrong or right? Well, it's not about wrong or right. For the exercise, I'm saying, challenge yourself to think of 3 distinct customers. So home use, number 1 and number 3 is the same thing. Whether Ubaba is using it, or Ingane is using it, or one is using a bath salt, the other one is using, I don't know, other products. We are still all your customers in the home. So I got that. Then I got the customer that is the business, because they are in the guest houses and hotels. I got that. So maybe there's a third you need to think about. Sharp. Well done, guys. A round of applause for our 3 plates. Okay, so hold on to your 3 customer segments. Well done. You've now figured out you have 3. Even if you've got 2, that's okay. But you are clear on who your customers are. Then there's this principle I want to show you or share with you called the job to be done. It's not complex. It's a simple framework that explains that customers hire or buy a product or service to help them get a specific job done in their lives. Now, I made their bold on purpose. Here is the problem for us entrepreneurs. Rona, we think people must like our product the way we like our product, or must use our product the way we want to use our product. So fashion, creatives, you are the biggest culprits of this. Creatives go and create things. I mean, of course, in your industry it's slightly different. Sometimes I'll come with a brief. I'll say, oh, I want this, I want that. So you are creating on the basis of a brief. But maybe people that create things, the people who start things, even my sister here with the care stuff, you fall in love. Don't we fall in love, guys? We fall in love with our stuff. Saitanda, I'm sure you smell her every day. Oh, this one is going to be a top seller. The only reason people are buying from you is to satisfy their needs. Their needs, not yours. So the job to be done is, what is it that you and I must do to make sure that we get a specific job done for that customer? And what is a job? A job is what we call progress that a customer is trying to make in a particular situation. So it could be, there's a task I want to complete. I buy this product. It could be, sengilambile, sengidakiwe kancane. Mangifika ekhaya ngizoxabana nomfazi wami ngeke ngilithole iplate. Hey, nangulo mama la nama hot dog wakhe. Solve my problem. Thank you, hot dog. So you have a job to do. Have the hot dog. It must have the roll. It must have the sundaes. It must have the acha. What's the pepper? What chilies? What thing there? And it better be there, mangpuma. It's a saying hamburger. It must be there. You're solving a problem. You're doing a job. That's the job that customer is looking for. He or she is not looking for any other job. He's not expecting this thing to. He doesn't expect you to wheel it out in a golden pram. He just wants his damn hot dog, so that he doesn't fight with his wife too much. So it's the problem the customer is looking for, or the outcome that they want to achieve. Right? Customers don't buy products for the product itself. They buy them because they believe it will help them accomplish a very specific job. Now, you've already done this exercise. There are 3 types of jobs. Now, I want you to think about your 3 segments. I want you to think about what you said is the reason people come to you. And I want you to rewrite it in the following format. The first type of job is a functional job. In other words, it's a practical task. I just want to do the thing, all right? So the example here, using a hotel again, Fusion, I need a comfortable room to sleep in while traveling. Functional. The reason I am phoning Fusion or PsychEd, I just need a comfortable bed because I'm going to Bulukwane for one night. How do I get a bed? Functional. Emotional. Here, it's about how I feel, right? So I might want to say to somebody that is a fashion designer that I want to feel like a princess. I'm not telling you I want a dress, it must be black, it must be red, it must be gray. I'm telling you the job you need to do when you are done with this outfit is that I must feel like a princess. When I arrive at this function, because it's my 21st birthday, and I am Miss Patty, I want this dress to make me feel a certain way. Social job, all about perceptions. I'm sleeping at Fusion because I'm calling my Pulukwane friends for dinner at the hotel I'm staying at so that they can see that I am happening. Because I'm happening. Why I'm happening? And the proof of my happening is that I stay at Fusion. Or I have a long-lost girlfriend that lives in Polokwane. I called her 2 weeks ago. I told her I was coming. She's agreed to go out with me that night. If I want to end the night on a positive note, I'm not taking her to psych-ed. So I'm not sure if she'll come with me. But in case she does, it better be Fusion. Why? Because I want her to perceive me as a successful man who could be a potential life partner. Got it? Now, your exercise is very simple. You've got your segments, your 3 segments, now. This is the 3-2-1 task. For each of your segments, for each of your customer segments, I want you to write down 3 functional jobs for each of your segments. And I'm going to ask you, Madam Tyre, to start. 3 functional jobs. Remember what functional are? Practical task. I just want the job done. Then I want you to write 2 emotional jobs. And then I want you to write 1 social job. Practical, feel, perception. We are doing this exercise so that you think deeply about your customer segments you've got in your business and what other jobs they need done from a practical perspective, from an emotional perspective, and from a perception perspective. What are these needs that they need fulfilled? And we're doing this exercise so that we can all reflect deeply about our businesses. Not like we surface, deeper. Am I solving a practical job? Changing tires, new tire. Am I solving a feeling job? Am I saving a social job? I've got Pirelli, boys. What have you got? Got it? Okay. I'll give you 2 minutes on this one. A bit more time. It's not an easy one, so I suggest you take your time and do it on your own. 3 practical jobs. 2 emotional jobs. 1 social job. All about how people see me. For each segment. All 3 segments. Anybody lost? Anybody need help? You good? You following? Okay. I see nods. All right. Are you ready, Carlo? And when you feed back to me, I'm going to ask each of you to just give me these 3 things for 1 segment, for 1 of your 3 segments. Okay? You don't have to tell me all 3 because it'll take us the whole day. But remember, this is for you. This is not for me. You're doing this for you. So when I call your name or when I pick your hand, just give me 1 segment where you've answered 3 functional jobs, 2 emotional jobs, 1 social job. What are the things that my customer wants done for them from these 3 different categories? Got it? All right. I'm going to end with Dunlop. because I think she's going to wrap it up nicely for us. I'm looking for new hands and new faces. Any volunteers? Just one segment and the exercise that I asked you. Don't be shy. Gentlemen, this is your time. Ladies, this is your time to show them that they're much slower. Hey, there's a hand at the back. Hello, ma'am. I love it when the exhibitors want to be part of it. I always feel like, you get left out for whatever reason. How are you?
I'm good.
Oh, wow. These pads?
Yeah.
It's on?
Yeah, both pads.
Okay, great. So who are you, and tell us about your business.
Okay, I'm Dr. Sheila.
Hello, Dr. Sheila.
Yes, thank you. And I'm the founder of JTC biodegradable pads. These are the biodegradable pads that we make from agri waste, banana stems to plants.
Oh, wow.
And our pads are actually gone in 35 days, as compared to traditional pads that takes up to 500 years just to be system integrated.
Right.
So basically,
So what were your segments? Maybe let's start there. Then we can pick one segment to answer this
just
question.
one of the three. One
Yeah.
out of the three.
Yeah.
This will be the National Sanitary Dignity Program.
Oh, is that a customer?
Yeah, that's our customer. That's actually distributing sanitary pads to the schools around the country.
Say that again. They do what?
They distribute our pads.
So they buy from you?
They buy from us.
And then they distribute to the schools?
To the schools.
So what would you call that entire segment of customer? Because that's just one company.
Yeah, no. It's a government program.
Yes. So would you call that segment government? Yes. Ah, you see where we're going? You see? Yes, but we're talking government.
Yes.
Right. Great. So what's the functional job?
The functional job that we are doing is that we are improving the access to sanitary care products for consumers at the bottom of the pyramid. This is our no-fee school fee paying students or learners.
So the practical thing you're doing is you're giving a young lady
access to sanitary care products.
Right.
We're dealing with our peer poverty.
Right. And emotional job. What's the emotional job you're doing for the users of your product?
The emotional job that we are doing is that we're offering high-end,
How are they feeling?
eco-friendly.
What is the feeling?
The feeling is that you are using a product.
What's the feeling?
Oh,
When I use your product, what's the job you're doing emotionally for me? Or what do you think I'm looking for? Ladies, when you buy a particular brand of pad,
yes.
Is there a feeling?
Yes, there is.
Is there a comfort? Is there... What is it?
The
Yeah?
comfort.
Ah, you see where we're going?
No order. Zero order.
So I feel confident.
0 inch.
So I feel confident.
Yes.
I feel relaxed.
Relaxed. No smell. And zero order.
Very good.
And
What's the social job? Is there a perception?
yeah.
How will I be seen by my friends if I use your sanitary pad versus another? If I tell my friends I'm using Dr. Sheila.
Okay, the social part is that you will not have leaks. So you don't have to look behind your back every time when you stand up.
I want round of applause for the doctor. Round of applause for the doctor. Because that's a very embarrassing situation, right? So the job I'm doing for my customer is that they never have to worry about that from a social perspective. So why do we do this exercise? When you think of your customer segments, in each one you need to go deep and go, all of these people have expectations of me as a business. What are those expectations? Because the day Dr. Sheila's product does leak, she's not satisfying her job here. She's not, because it's not functional, because clearly it's not working like it should. I mean, what's the point of a sanitary pad if it leaks? It's not emotional, because now I'm feeling embarrassed. And clearly, socially, now people can see me. I'm sharp. So it's important that we think of the depth of each of the jobs that need to be done. Right, you've done the jobs. Now, we're going to talk about pains, gains, and fit. How am I doing for time? So far, so good. How am I doing for time? Okay, good. Everybody knows what pains and gains are? Yes? Okay, so pains is basically the negative experience that your customer is suffering. Right? And any obstacles that your customers face while they're trying to get a job done. So I'm trying to get a hotel in Polokwane. A pain is any obstacle, any undesired problem, any risk that I go through, that's a pain. In the example of Fusion, that could be what? You know what? At Fusion, when you check in there, there's always a long queue. It takes you forever to get to your room. You know what? When I stay at Fusion, there's always a party next door. There's always people making noise. That's a pain. Obstacles, barriers that make tasks harder. Limited parking. Psycad has no parking. Every time I go there, the security guard tells me to park outside. It's a pain, right? So all of these things are things that in your business, customers are, in fact, you are lucky if they're telling you. They're either telling you they have a problem with, or they are telling you they have a problem by simply not buying. So you never really know. So when the hot dogs are not moving as fast at Kai Tavern, there might be a pain. Right? That's what a pain is. So an example of Fusion, I'll give you an example. A waiting couple's pain might be the fear of poor food service on their big day or confusing contracts that create stress for them. Might be a pain. All right? You know what a gain is? Gain is the opposite of a pain. This is a positive outcome or benefit. This is something that I had a great experience with when I was trying to get my job done. I had a great experience when I was trying to feed my hunger after drinking 16 bottles of beer on my way home at 1 a.m. Oh, what a great gain. No shops are open. No one's got nice food. No one's got warm food, especially not the way my sister does it. Great gain. So required gains will be basic expectations. There's certain basic things you want. Expected gains, desired gains, unexpected gains. Now, the reason why we analyze what pains your customers are going through or what gains your customers are going through is we're looking for this thing called a fit, right? Now, a fit is when your product or service directly addresses your customers' pains and delivers their gains. So, I come to Dunlop. I've got pains. I'm looking for gains. Fit is your ability to meet my gains, my pains, satisfy or make better what is a pain. And then whatever I expect to gain, I get it every time I come to you. And the reason why this exercise is important is that it helps you deliver what we call a value proposition, which is the next step after we've analyzed our customer segments. In other words, what am I offering customers that is unique and beneficial to those customers? And you won't offer them anything unique and special if you don't know what their pains are and what their expected gains are. That really is the sweet spot of what we call a value proposition. So we're going to do a bit of an exercise. Yep, that's exactly what I just said. Your value proposition of fit should relieve pains and create gains. Your job, my job as an entrepreneur with customers is to relieve the customer's pains and to create their gains. Relieve their pains, create their gains. But for us to do that, we need to know what generally are my typical customers' pains and gains. Not in your business particularly or specifically, but generally for people that buy your product. What do they complain about? What is it that delights them? Okay? So we're going to do that exercise now. 2 pains, 2 gains. What are your typical pains? What are your customers' typical pains? What are your customers' typical gains? And then I want you to tell me how your business relieves those pains or creates those gains. My sister's customer pain is that he is nice and drunk, satisfied, but he is hungry. Generally, every time he leaves Espokos and is on his way home, he realizes that the reason he fights with his wife at 1 a.m. is that he's hangry. You know what's hangry? Hangry is the mix between anger and hunger. You don't want that. So he's got this pain. right? So that might be one pain my sister would write for her customer. Remember, this is not about your business. I'm not saying tell me your customers' complaints. I'm saying generally the people you serve, what are their pains? What are their gains? What are they looking for? And what are they suffering from? Okay? I'll give you a minute. After a minute. Hopefully you want to answer. Oh, okay. I like answers, not questions. No, wait. Give us a minute. Let everyone else catch up. But you can stand there. Okay, 1 minute. 2 pains, 2 gains. And how do you propose that in your business you would relieve the pain and create the gain? Now I am coming to Dunlop. What are their pains? Bafuna ma retreat. Una ma retreat. Okay? 30 seconds. This is for you. You're doing this exercise for your business. You're thinking about what do people in my business typically have pains about? And what are the things that they want to see from a gain perspective? And how do I fulfill that? Okay, all right. Let's go with 1. Is it a pain or a gain? Is the one you're going to share with me a pain or a gain? Is it something they complain about that they don't get, or is it something they want or they typically get?
I think I'll share the pain.
All right, hit us with the pain.
Okay.
Who are you? Tell us a bit about your business so we can get some context.
Okay, I'm Tembisa.
Hello, Tembisa.
I come from, I've got my own practice accounting firm.
Okay.
Which is Jene Accountants and Tax Practitioners.
Okay.
So I'm in the space of tax practitioning and auditing.
Yes.
So the pain, people are always scared of being swallowed up by SARS.
Scared of SARS, that's definitely a pain.
Any debt and any debt that is on their head, it gives them sleepless nights.
Yes.
But what they don't understand, because they are not in the space of tax,
yes,
they don't understand the tax laws.
How does your business solve the pain?
Business is to bring that justice, because sometimes you find out it was not their fault that they had that debt, but when you justify it with SARS,
right.
you have to relieve that pain.
Great stuff, Tembisile. Round of applause for you, my sister. Definitely a pain. Let's come to kade sithi sizofika la kwiDunlop. Sesifikile manje. Sesingenile imoto yethu sihleli lapha. They're about to raise it. Yeah. Pain or gain?
I could say the pain.
Right.
Mostly it's like the tire best and also the maintenance part,
yes.
Like puncture pain. Yeah.
Right. And this is for most of your segments, or this is for a particular segment?
I'll say all of them actually, because I do government, I do your walking, and also...
A puncher is a puncher is a puncher.
Yeah.
And it's a pain. Yeah. Well done, my sister. You guys get the idea? Yes, round of applause. You get it. Right? Now the exercise goes further and says, so if you had your 3 customer segments and you wrote top 2 pains and top 2 gains for each customer service, that means you'll have 3 times 4. You'll have 12 pains and gains, right? The exercise goes further and says, when you get home, look at all of these 12 and circle the one that differentiates you the most. So I could argue with my sister that every fitment center fixes a puncher. But if she had the time in this exercise to write out all these things, she might pick up a pain or gain, something that delights a client or that solves a client's problem that she does uniquely at her stores. Now you are zoning in to something quite specific that you can now use as part of your go-to-market strategy, because you are the only tire fitment center that does this thing the best. Are you following, comrades? Otherwise, then we're just another business, another tax consultant, another tire fitment center, another fashion designer, another construction company. There's nothing that differentiates you, that makes you any special. because of the pains and gains are the general pains and gains. But if you do this exercise, you might be able to find something unique. So please do it at home. We are almost there. Now, you've got all your 3 segments. You have written all your pains and gains. You have analyzed the job that needs to be done. You've analyzed the functional job, the emotional job, the social job. You've got a lot of data in front of you. But all of this is trying to help you find who is your primary target customer. Who is your primary target customer? Primary. Fusion. Primary target customer, high echelon. Top customer, politician, businessman, corporate, high end. The fact that a school teacher might stay one night at Fusion doesn't make them their target customer. You got it? Psychad, what's their target customer? Middle to low end, everyday guy, football teams, just functional, wants a bed, clean, Wi-Fi. Even if Wi-Fi cuts out after 2 hours, it's fine. I'm not here for more than that anyway. Right? So we need to find a way to look at all these segments, look at all the data we've compiled about them today, look at where we're strongest, and we need to prioritize. Because what are we doing in this masterclass? We're trying to find our primary customer. And this little calculation called the customer lifetime value is the thing that's going to help us calculate in rand terms who should be our primary customer. Has anybody ever heard of a CLV? Anyway, okay. I'll show you the calculation. It's gonna blow your mind. Try it, please. Try it in the room, even if you don't have all the numbers, and go back to the office and do it. And you'll be surprised at the result. Let's start with why we do this. Anybody ever heard of the 80-20 rule? Yeah, 80-20 rule. We got it all, eh? Yes. 80-20 rule basically tells you that 80% of your revenue probably comes from 20% of your customers. 80% of your revenue probably comes from 20% of your market. 80% of your revenue may even come from 20% of your salespeople. Anybody got salespeople? Doesn't that typically happen? You got 10, there's always 2 or 3 who blow the lights out. The rest are just C students. They just pitch up. They make just enough for basic. But there's always only a handful of those guys that blow the lights out. So the Pareto principle is basically saying 20% of your customers typically drive about 80% of your revenue. So we want to find the 20% and find more of those clients because they are responsible for the bigger chunk of my revenue. The others, they must just be around. It's fine. We don't lose them, but we don't overinvest in them. So that is why you want to prioritize. That is why you want to calculate that in my fitness center in Dunlop, I know everyone comes with a puncher, but other customers come with other things. Other customers bring more vehicles. Other customers buy bigger tires because they're mining companies or trucking companies or whatever. Other customers need a change of tire more regularly because they're a courier service, as opposed to Baba Andile, who's the teacher in the local school who drives 5 kilometers every day. He is not likely to give me 80% of my revenue. So how do I find the 20%? So, customer lifetime value. Let me read it out and we're going to do the calculation together. To evaluate which segments, remember you had 3, remember? Everybody, we had 3 segments, right? Yeah. So which of my 3 segments are most valuable? We use a simple calculation called the CLV. This estimates how much revenue one customer brings into your business over the entire duration of your relationship with them. So each of your 3 segments, we can calculate how valuable they are to you. There's an actual way of doing it using actual numbers. And this is not a guessing game. You just have to actually do the exercise. Right. So what's the calculation? You only need 3 things. Okay? Average spend of customer segment. Okay? So, Madame Hot Dogs, she told me about 2 segments. She said, first customer segment is the community from her home. These are people just in the neighborhood who buy bread and milk and wada. But she has to cater for them. She has to make the hot dogs. They sit there and they wait for a customer. Her next customer segment are taverns, where she only goes between 6 and 2 a.m. and she parks there and they buy. If she only had to look at those two targets, she'll have to find out first, what is the average spend? What's the average spend of a single drunk man at 1 a.m. at Andile's Tavern in Lebohomo? How much is he spending? Versus how much is an average kid in the neighborhood spending? Secondly, and very importantly, purchase frequency. How often does the young kid in the neighborhood come to buy my hot dog at my house? Month end, parents paid, maybe weekend. But ubaba umdlalose lapha lo isidakwa saziwayo la endaweni ukuthi vele uyisidakwa unabangani bakhe bahlala behamba bakula tavern bada Thursday bada Friday bada Saturday maybe even Sunday for sisanyama something. Frequency of buying. You might find that your customer segment of the taverns will have a lot more frequency than the customer segment where? At home. And the number of years is basically trying to calculate how long do I think these customers would buy for. So if you had a contractual business where you want a tender for 3 years, that's easy. It's the length of the tender, right? But if you have a retail business, you don't really know how long somebody will be there for you or they will buy. So oftentimes people use an average of 2. They just assume 2 years and will typically have a customer for 2 years. That's the thumb suck that people typically apply, unless you have a contract with a very firm timeline. So, let me ask you, because now I'm so interested in Dunlop. How did you explain your segments? What were your 3? Sorry. Just make sure everybody hears you. My apologies. What did you say were your 3?
I said the government, like
government?
Yeah. Also the drive-bys and the walk-ins. Like
the walk-ins, that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pass-by and the community.
Why is the community and the passerby not the same?
Like your teachers, as you've mentioned, your taxis and so forth. So yeah.
So it's government, it's community and walk-ins. How different are they? I mean, the fact that I live here or don't live here.
I say walk-ins because remember we're on the road, so people who are not generally from around.
Yes.
So we're on the absolute road.
Okay, so there's local community and there's people that don't live here.
Yes.
What about B2B? What about fleet companies?
As I say, business to business, B2B, like your government as well.
Or you'd put government into B2B?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so let's use these two. All right, let's use the consumer. Single person walks in, whether they're from the community or off the street, and the other one is a business.
Yeah.